They're like, what is Jrod doing? He's sitting on the ground.
Oh, no, that's the guy that's supposed to say if it's a home run or not.
Back there waving. Hey, Mama, Daddy, I'm right back here.
Is he waving at his parents or saying that was a home run?
That's what they need to do, make overtime points half points.
Watch him do that one.
Overtime now will be half points. You always know when it's an overtime game.
Sarcasm.
If they do half points.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, no, actually you wouldn't, right? If they do 2 half points.
No, because if they...
2 overtimes. It's not going to work. Your picture's not looking very good. Like you're looking kind of blurry there.
What? I had a long night last night. That's not the camera. That's me.
Too bad.
No. You know Mike Trout?
Yep. Mike Trout played for the Angels.
Yeah, still does.
And they had a statue of a trout. That you could get a little bobblehead trout.
Did they really?
Yeah. You could get it at the actual Angels game.
Oh.
You could get a bobblehead trout. And then they also had a Mike Trout. That was an actual person bobblehead.
Yeah.
Notre Dame should go to the Big Ten. You know, Pablo Mac, I thought about that too, but Jason pointed out that Notre Dame actually already plays all of their other sports. I believe it's in the ACC.
Yeah.
And so he was thinking that they're probably going to go ACC.
Geographically, it makes sense.
Well, but remember, ACC now is the All-Coast Conference, not the...
Yeah. He doesn't know anything about basketball, but he said, I always... Today he heard some guys talking, and he just threw that in there. He goes, Duke's going to go all the way. So he said, that's my one-liner. for the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to walk up to people talking basketball.
Budweiser commercial for the Clydesdales made me think about the frogs. Remember the frog commercials?
Yes, that was classic.
Those were great commercials too.
Budweiser. We did it. High five. Well, I got a question on that. Can a nerd be you're nerdy though? Can you be a redneck?
I think you could be both. I don't think it's mutually exclusive.
You can be, but okay, no, that was a legit question. If I was at that game, every Thanksgiving, my family would hear it. Hey, Joe, know I was at the ice bowl? It was one cold game.
It's the only thing first thing you talk about the family gathering. Hey, everybody, I just want to tell you all that story about how I went to the ice bowl like 1967. Yeah, you told us that story last time, Grandpa.
Tennessee pulls this off and has like over 50% fans there. I'll say congratulations. Good job to you. And the crowd will cheer. It'll be amazing. And Ohio State should be embarrassed if that happens.
Well, speaking of that, did you also hear that apparently somebody hacked Apple for Ohio State Stadium?
Really?
And changed the name on Apple Maps to Neyland North?
Oh, my gosh. Change the name to Neyland North.
Change the name to Neyland North. Yep. Absolutely everything I own so that we can buy Club La Vila.
Oh, man.
And bring it back.
We'd have to live there, too. I wouldn't have nowhere else.
I wouldn't have anywhere else to live either. But, I mean, hell, that'd be living on the beach. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah. Look at our parking.
So you're not going to pick Texas, huh? You're not going to pick with your emotion. You're going to pick with your...
Not picking with my heart.
You're going to pick with your brain now, huh?
Yeah. I don't know that that's any better. You like that mint dish? Chicago deep dish. Giordano's is the best pizza place in my mind. Deep dish pizza, that's the best. Now that could start a huge
huge debate,
because then you got people from New York. Oh, New York pizza. It's
Gary Pinkel kind of looks like Drinky.
Maybe it's his step brother.
You know who else looks like Drinky is Freezy. Freezy and Drinky.
I thought you were going to talk about it.
Okay, I didn't want to talk about Drinky. Maybe I do have a crush on him. Maybe I do have a crush on him. I'll tell you. Welcome once again. Broadcasting from high atop Scott Social Media Studios in the heart of the Cedar City, just outside of America's Music City. Rocking and rolling in the new awesome gear. This is the Mike and Jrod Show with your hosts, Michael Clay and Jrod Scott.
What's up, Jrod? I like that hat.
I know it. I like that you got me one.
Yeah. Heck yeah, we got to, start sporting the swag.
MikeandJrod.com.
That's right.
Purchase your swag today.
Can you hear me all right?
Not all right enough. You got your beanie on.
I was like, man, I can't hear. Yeah, as long as you can hear me.
Yeah, I mean, I think my head is even kind of messing with my sound too, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We're good like that.
Show 28. Here we are. We're another show older. We're chugging along. I'll call this. I was trying to figure out what show we could call this at 28, and I went with. There were several choices, but I went with the Marshall Faulk Show. Ooh. Number 28. We'll honor him today.
Marshall Faulk.
Yep. Do you know him?
Did he play for Michigan?
No, he actually played for San Diego State, and then he was pro.
Was he on the front of one of the NCAA games?
Maybe late 90s, maybe. So, but he was with the Rams and won the Super Bowl when they beat the Titans. He was on that team, the running back for them then when the Rams beat the Titans. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, 7-time Pro Bowl selection, NFL MVP in 2000, and he was NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in '94. Good little number 28 to honor today.
I'd say he's pretty special.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just blown away because I was thinking that he was on the front of one of the NCAA.
He might have been.
Played for the Rams. That's what I remember him from. Is when he played for the Rams.
Yeah.
Didn't he take him to the Super Bowl or something?
What did
you just said that?
Was you not listening?
Well, I was thinking about all the things that we need to do on our checklist.
Yeah, I just went down the list.
Just said that.
My gosh. Man.
So he didn't play college at a big name team then?
No, San Diego State. But yeah, he was.
The Aztecs.
Yep.
That's another cool mascot.
And away jersey, greatest show on turf, is what they called the Rams back then. They were high scoring with, oh my gosh, the quarterback. He stocked. Oh yeah, that's a cool. So, Kurt Warner, the year before, he was a stock boy at a grocery store.
Kurt Warner was?
Yeah. Or maybe 2 years before.
Didn't we talk about how, what was it, Larry Bird was like a trash man or something?
Yeah, but it wasn't as... That's when he...
It wasn't like a full-time job for him.
Yeah. Yeah, Kurt Warner. So... Other notable 28s that I thought about, I looked up.
Dude, we got to share the Aztec logo, man. That's like something smoking. Did you even know that's what it looked like?
I knew they were the Aztecs, yeah. I don't know that they had an actual human being that was half naked running around, but...
yeah, so this is the Aztec.
Feller.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude. And apparently this is their logo here.
Yeah.
Which is bad, mamma jamma.
Yeah. I think it's changed through the years.
Oh, this is the classic 83 logo.
Yeah. I think I like the 83 logo the best.
Yeah, I like the 83. Well, everybody's got to be modern, right?
Well, and I bet if you notice through the years, they've taken that face off and done just as like...
Oh, they're trying to get away from the...
Or maybe just don't draw attention.
Don't draw attention to it.
Yeah. But it's a cool... I mean, that's a great...
That's
a great mascot logo. Looks tough. And then the human being guy, man, he's...
Well, the thing is like that alone would make me think, yeah, that's a school I'd like to go to.
That's a tough... Yeah. No, I like that.
And his helmet is scary as all get out. Look at the skull on the helmet.
I know, yeah. No, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
Is he holding a skull in one hand?
No, like it's on the middle of his helmet. Like
now, what's he holding there?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so...
It's intense, man. It's intense.
Went with...
So that's that's Marshall Faulk.
Yeah,
huh?
That's his school. He's alumni. He was a good running back.
Big track and field guy in high school too, huh?
Was he?
Looks like
I didn't know that. He
Ninth Ward, New Orleans.
Oh, he's from New Orleans. Okay.
Interesting.
He also is the 12th. He all time is 12th most rushing yards all time. He's 12th right now.
While growing up, he sold popcorn at the Louisiana
Saints
Superdome.
game. Huh. That's cool. I got some facts on another dome later.
Another dome.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about.
This is not the Tokyo Dome, is it?
No. No.
I gotta use our effects whenever I can because I don't get to choose the gong very often.
Yeah. He was also the quarterback for Arena League before he went to the Rams.
Oh, wow.
The Barnstormers, yeah.
The Barnstormers away
he was a
jersey.
stock boy.
Did you go see the Barnstormers away jersey?
He might have. Because I think he's from Grand Rapids. I want to say they had an arena team. Maybe not, though.
Oh. Didn't we have one? Was it the Nashville Knights?
Nashville Cats.
So the Knights was like the minor league hockey team before we got the Predators.
Yeah, that's right. Minor league hockey team. And then the Nashville Cats were the Arena League team. And they, one year, they didn't win at all, but they were in the championship game for the Arena. I don't know if they call it the Arena Bowl, but they made it to the championship. They didn't win.
Talking about the Cats.
Yeah, with
I don't think I ever went to. Did you go to a Cats game?
Yeah, I went to several. Matter of fact, a halftime show, me and Tommy Flack we got picked to be part of the halftime show, and the big oversized boxing gloves, you had to fight each other. And and the crowd got to pick who won, and they picked Tommy. I cheap shotted
Tommy.
Well, I cheap shotted him after the time was up, and the fans didn't like that. They booed me, yeah.
They booed the cheap shot.
So I've been booed by like 8,000 people before.
There goes your comedy career.
But Tommy won for being the winner. They gave him like a portable hot tub. It would hold like 3 people. He won a hot tub from that.
Wow, that's a pretty big prize.
Like $1,200, $11,000.
That's a pretty big prize.
Yeah.
Was it blow up hot tubs?
I don't know if it was blow up, but it was like a small. It wasn't like a one you'd put out on
like a 1-person hot tub.
I think it was like a 2 or 3 person. It wasn't huge, but it was like
But a hot tub's still a hot tub, bro.
You know, $1,000 maybe.
Celebrated on the field with Lynn Swan at the Rampage, winning the Arena Bowl.
So yeah, Grand Rapids did have a team. I thought they did. So yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to go.
No, that's all right.
That's our MO, right?
Yeah.
Rabbit holes.
If you watch this show, you know a rabbit hole is going down.
Yeah,
coming up.
You can expect it to come. Happen soon enough.
So some other notable, like I said, there's some other notable 28s.
They like the fans like the rabbit holes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our fans are rabbit hole
fans
people.
love the rabbit holes.
They're probably in a rabbit hole watching us. Yeah, so according to ranker.com, some other notable number 28s, it kind of ranks the best people to ever wear the number 28. So I kind of went down through there. You know who number 1 was? I didn't pick him because really don't. I know him, but it was Cristiano Ronaldo. He's
Ronaldo,
a soccer player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ranked number 1. As
He's
the best
also
to wear
like one of the
28.
highest followed social media guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
I think he's like number 1 or 2 social media on like Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was ranked number 1 as the best to wear number 28. Another notable, he's an NFL running back, Adrian Peterson. I almost went with him. Played for the Minnesota Vikings.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
Followed by over 1 billion people.
Holy crap. He is the
number 1.
Yeah.
He's the number 1.
Cristiano
and Selena Gomez is behind him at 690 million.
Like way behind.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And I would not have guessed Selena
And then
Gomez.
Messi is number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed them 2 soccer players to be in the top 3.
You wouldn't have or would have?
Would not have.
Well, this is a global.
Right.
Right? So people who are
that shows you. That makes sense.
Right. I mean, soccer's a lot more popular than all this other stuff.
But I would have thought Taylor Swift would be like number 1. She's 5.
She's number 5. Behind Justin Bieber, of all people.
Oh, my gosh.
This may be old. I don't know what the date is on this. I have to look up the date on this. But just the sheer, hey, I have 1 billion followers is just astronomical.
Yeah. A wager says 28 billion would be more impressive. Shut up.
28 billion. What's he referring to?
Because it's the number 28. That was a good little, yeah, I'll give it to him. That's a good line.
The fans are cheering for away jersey now.
Yeah. But Adrian Peterson, he was going to be, it was between him or Marshall Faulk. He's a 7-time Pro Bowl as well. Great running back.
That third, apparently the numbers have changed. That third soccer player is now not on the top 5 list anymore.
Huh. Wonder what he did to drop.
I don't know. I didn't recognize. I mean, I know their names, but I don't. I wouldn't say I could. I've watched a game.
But do you think, based on
Messi's the one that plays in Florida, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
But that may be his problem. He's playing soccer in the United States.
Yeah.
If he was playing somewhere where soccer's something bigger.
Yeah, actually, that's probably not a bad point. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's probably more money in playing here, probably, but
not for soccer.
I don't think so.
Football.
Football.
Yeah, no.
That would be a good sound for our soundboard. Football.
Yeah. Or that's like the old Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Bud Light. Was it an Indian guy? The Bud Light. Bud Light.
Yeah. Bud Light. He just kept saying it over and over. No.
Speaking of Bud Light, how was your $8 Coors Light?
God, we'll get into that later. Yeah. That's that's a topic we'll get into later. We had a field trip. The reason we have on the show tonight is we went on a field trip last night to wrestling. We will talk about that later. We're going to get to some other stuff. You're Russian, man.
I know it. It just hit me.
What
I'm
are you,
sorry.
Vladimir Putin? Because you're Russian.
I'm Putin.
Yeah. Buster Posey, get a little major league. He wore number
Buster
20.
Posey.
He wore number 28. He's a catcher for the Giants. A good catcher, too. 6-time All-Star. He won 3-time World Series champ with the Giants.
Wow.
I think he's retired. I don't know. He may still be playing.
Oh, he played first baseman, too, huh?
Yeah, first base and catcher.
Lee County High School. Where's Lee County High School, I wonder?
Florida, probably. He went to Florida State. That's my assumption.
Leesburg, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Or Leesburg. That was my next guess.
Leesburg. That's my next guess.
Yeah.
Is Leesburg on the border? I bet it's on the border with Florida, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet it's close, possibly. Another notable 28, and this is a local flavor. I had to find and add this guy, Chris Johnson, for the Titans, running back.
Oh yeah.
He's a 3-time Pro Bowl. In 2009, he went over 2,000 yards, and only the 6th player to ever do it.
I feel like that would be one of the name sets that we need to have for the chickens, Chris's. You know, because we got the Billies.
Billies are more fun. Chris.
Now we have the Chris's. There's like 5 million Chris's.
Yeah,
Probably
but they're
not as exciting as the Billies.
Yeah, I mean, you got Billy Idol, Billy Joel. The Billies are more just fun. Billie Eilish, Billy Club.
Billies are more exciting.
Yeah, I think
Billy
so.
Club.
Yeah, man. I think Billies are more. Yeah, you might as well forget that Chris idea.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
and you know the committee, so
yeah, the committee's not going to let you go with Chris.
Yeah, they're not going to let me go with it.
Let's see. Oh, and then I threw in, we like our hockey players, so I threw in Steve Duchesne, Red Wings. He won a Stanley Cup with the Red Wings, a 3-time All-Star hockey player.
He's got a weird spelling of his last name.
Yeah, and I don't know if
he's got no teeth.
Yeah, I bet he's tough. I bet he is tough. Was he a defenseman?
Did he replace his teeth? Like this picture shows teeth, and this other picture shows no teeth.
Yeah, he may have. Yeah, Chris Johnson, they claim is the fastest running back ever. I would agree with the away jersey. That is kind of the claim on him.
He's with the Titans. He was the Titans player, right?
Yeah. And I think he played at West Virginia.
Oh, he played with more than
running
just.
back.
You said the Red Wings. He played with
That's where he was known. Yeah,
The Kings as well. Huh?
but he won a Stanley Cup with the Red Wings.
My sister-in-law and her husband are big Kings fans.
Oh yeah,
Huge
Gretzky.
Kings fans. I don't know that it would be Gretzky. They're just like Kings fans in
played
general.
for the LA
They're in
Kings.
LA, so they go to all. They've got season tickets and go to all the games, and
Yeah,
like it's a big thing.
and then I can't if I'm gonna talk.
Oh, is this a Blues jersey? He played for the Blues too.
Maybe I don't know.
That's St. Louis, right?
Well, once you get going through there, though, sometimes they'll throw in different. Like if it don't have his name, it could be somebody different. They did look like.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just looking
East
at pictures.
Carolina.
I'm not.
Chris
actually-
Johnson played at East Carolina. Thank you. And then if I mention a hockey player, I gotta mention because we like them equally. Got to mention a rugby player that wears number 28, and I have no idea. I had to look this up.
Man, does Chris Johnson have gold teeth?
Yeah, or bad teeth.
Is it gold teeth or bad teeth? Hold me.
I don't know. That's a bad gold tooth. That's just bad teeth.
Jeez, he needs to get a teeth job.
Yeah.
He did get a teeth job.
Would you say teeth or tooth?
Teeth, like the front,
Yeah.
front 3 or 4.
I mean, that looked rough.
That looks rough. But then you look at this other picture, and he's got like perfect teeth. So
Yeah.
maybe he had a teeth job
That's
done.
good. He had to get some money first.
Yep. You got to do what you got to do.
I think he got a grill. That's like
He got a
chrome.
grill.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It was gold. It is gold.
Yeah. That's a better
Pretty sure that's gold.
gold tooth job there.
Up in your grill. What was that? Let me see your grill.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got some gold up in them teeth.
He does. But you're way behind. I'm on my rugby player.
I know. What's your rugby player?
Yeah. So we gotta, if we do hockey.
And when was the last time you watched a rugby game? We've got a global audience.
When I was 17, probably.
We've got a global audience.
One night, because the only time rugby would come on would be like you'd catch it on ESPN like at midnight or 1 in the morning.
I don't even know like who the biggest rugby teams are.
Well, we've talked about this.
No.
New Zealand, but this guy in particular, I name him. He wears number 28, Cheslin Colby, South African Rugby Union. He played won the Rugby World Cup twice with South Africa in 2019 and 2023.
Dude, he looks legit, man.
Yeah, he's known for his speed and defensive prowess.
Do all the rugby guys wear the beanie hats?
The little nah, not all of them. Remember with some of them videos?
I thought all of the rugby players we saw in the videos didn't wear anything.
No, not
Okay, I mean they wore clothes. I'm just
right.
saying.
Yeah. No.
I'm not saying they didn't go naked. I'm saying they didn't wear like
Those
these
little
protective
helmet- yeah,
beanies.
No, not all of them do. Some of them do. I bet it helps because they probably get concussions.
Dude, I can imagine they would. You and I had that conversation, about how they've tried to play like legit to where it's not going to hurt people.
Right. They learn to tackle without lead. You don't lead with the head. Is the main thing. But yeah, so
the South
Shout
Africa
out.
team is considered currently ranked the number 1 team in the world.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The New Zealand All Blacks.
Or number 2.
Obviously, New Zealand's not worried about racism.
They were. I mean, they've been that for.
I think the Redskins were the Redskins for a long time too.
Yeah. Yeah, but nobody's worried about it over.
Nobody's worried about it over there.
When you have the best rugby team, you don't care.
The second best. And then
Yeah.
Ireland's number 3. So rugby is huge in Ireland, huh?
Yeah.
And France is number 4.
Which is surprising.
Oui.
I don't think of France being like rugby players.
Yeah, I don't
The
picture that
French.
at all.
Yeah, no. But I still wouldn't fight a French rugby player. No, will not. Will not do it.
Well, I think France is where they had the people just like in the streets, like all the workers or whatever were wearing the yellow shirts or whatever, beating people up and stuff.
What was it?
Maybe I'm dreaming.
What did you just say?
There were French protests where French protesters were in the street just like beating people up.
Because of rugby?
No, I mean, you were talking about how you wouldn't mess with a French.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of French. I mean, they're the same ones also that had the where they chopped off everybody's heads in that one time period or whatever.
Yeah. But in general, in modern era, you don't think of French being tough.
Yeah, I guess not.
When I hear somebody say "wee wee," I don't think of a tough guy.
Wee wee.
Yeah.
Wee wee.
Yeah, now if somebody calls me an SOB, and then I think of a tough guy. But somebody yells "wee wee," I'm not scared.
You're not worried about the wee wee.
No, so yeah, there's the show 28, and then you can tell I went down
A lot of people that were 28s.
Oh, there was a lot more. Yeah,
Well, you
I
got a
just
huge
picked
list.
out- yeah,
So this is not like, what was it? Which one was it that you had a hard time finding somebody? Was it 25 or 26?
26 was tough.
You were having a hard
We
time
went
finding
with an old basketball player that I can't even remember. I could look back in my handy dandy notes.
It's okay. I just remember one
yeah.
of them. One of them was really hard. I guess nobody
26,
had
yeah.
the number.
26 was tough. Also, then
I'm still stuck on Chris Johnson.
I mean, well, yeah, you know he played for the Titans.
I know it, but I'm just struggling with the grill thing. Whether or not it's bad teeth or just a grill, or did he get the grill for the bad teeth, or?
Well, it looks like early on he had a bad. It was some gold teeth, and then later on, as he got money, he got a better grill.
He got real teeth.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have great teeth, so I can't talk.
East Carolina, that's
where he went to
Pirates,
college.
right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good mascot. Speaking of mascots, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, this is you and I've talked about. Well, football is more my wheelhouse. So
yeah,
the Pirates,
the Pirates. Yeah. So
ECU.
then I kind of went down a real rabbit hole with the 28. So also, did you know the number 28 is considered a powerful and complex number?
A powerful and complex number.
Yeah.
Why is it a powerful and complex number? This has got me very curious. You know, I'm a numbers person.
Yeah. Well, I should have wrote that down. I didn't.
The pirate mascot for ECU is a little weird looking. I got it.
I like him. Now I like that other one better than this one to the right.
Oh yeah, because you got kind of the choice of the pirate.
Look at his. Is that his name? Petey.
Petey
Oh,
the
like
pirate.
Petey. Arrgh, I'm Petey. The pirate.
PD.
Yeah.
It's PD. He pees and he D's. PD. Arr, PD, the pirate. I gotta go PD.
I think it's yeah.
Oh man, he's carrying a big old ring.
That's a championship ring of some sort.
Some kind of championship ring. That's a monster of a ring.
Yeah.
It's like a ring that's for their whole body. It's like a belt, from the dudes who had the belts the other night.
Oh yeah. Last night, championship belts. Well, they got to be big and gaudy.
That's right.
It's part of it. People born on the 28th are seen as hardworking, fearless, and courageous.
Man, you're like racing down the 28th thing on this show.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I went down.
You really went down a rabbit hole on this one.
Looking up the numbers. It was interesting what numerically the number meant.
I kind of feel like 28 is a boring number.
Well, this website would disagree with you.
Because the visibility by 2 is just a whole bunch of 2s.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Powerful and complex number. People born on the 28th are hardworking, fearless, courageous. The spiritual significance is a symbol of balance that needs to be maintained in all aspects of life. You call that all boring?
This is sounding a lot like a horoscope.
Yeah, right. Well, some people believe the number 28
It's magical.
is a sign of abundance.
Flame fingers magical.
No. I'm not into that magic crap. You play Magic the Gathering, probably. Not me. Hmm? Don't you? You have the cards.
I've never played Magic. I don't even know what it is.
I feel like that's a game you would play.
You feel like a lot of things, apparently.
My judgment of you is way off. Huh?
Apparently. Magic the Gathering. Oh, it's a collectible card game. Shows you how much I know. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
So I guess I've never played it for sure.
No,
If I don't even know what
I
it
tell
is.
you, I'm surprised.
Have you played
know
it before or something?
No, I wouldn't even know begin. I couldn't tell you other than it's a card game.
The Deck Master.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you at all.
Interesting. Maybe I will play Magic the Gathering. Kind of looks like a video game except in cards.
Yeah. They had dice. It's like Risk or something too, maybe. You don't have
Wow,
cards.
this is like legit.
No, yeah.
Like people play tournaments and everything with
Oh, yeah.
referees and.
You think that guy's
Jeez.
I guess he is.
Yeah, he is.
My
yeah, this is
goodness.
legit.
Why don't you learn how to play? Maybe you'll be like top 25 in the country one day. In the state. I wonder if you could. How quick could you get like ranked in the
We
state?
went to that Comic-Con over here in Lebanon at the fairgrounds, and they had a whole building in the back for nothing but this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
People just play.
There's a following, man, of just about
all these
anything you
crazy
can think
games,
of. Yeah.
crazy games like Dungeons and Dragons, and I mean, I guess this is one of them, and I don't know, it was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Comic Cons, man, it is interesting to go. There's some interesting people, for sure.
Oh, wait, Jersey, I'm not even sure if that's an appropriate joke for the show.
Oh yeah.
Pretty funny, but not,
Yeah.
not quite so appropriate.
Let's see here.
So
that all my
mathematically,
28
what's so
stuff?
special about 28? I'm just kind of thinking through this whole
Let's see.
28 thing.
What I say? Oh, some people believe the number 28 is a sign of abundance of joy, and 28 is also approximately the number. Is approximately the number of grams.
2, 2, and 7.
What did I write there? Oh, the number of grams in an ounce used in drug dealing. 28.
So 28 factors down to 2, 2, and 7.
What does that make you think of?
Nothing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's why you're saying
I'm
it's
saying it's a
boring?
nothing. It's a nothing. It's a nothing. Because you said 28, right? So 28 divided by 2 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7.
Yeah.
So it's just not I don't know. It's not that exciting for me. But I mean, it is an exciting show. So it's exciting now.
Yeah.
And Chris
28.
Johnson had it. I'm sorry, but Chris
I know,
Johnson
you
is
still
I'm stuck
looking
with
over.
that one.
Well, you know what else is exciting?
He's awesome. Chris Johnson was a great player.
Yeah, for a couple years. You know what else?
He would have
is
been better if he
exciting?
played for Tennessee.
Tennessee, the Titans.
The Balls.
Oh, he wouldn't have started probably.
You don't think so?
Oh, whatever year he was in college, I bet no. He played at East Carolina. Look up who the running back was when he was
Running back
in
at
college.
Tennessee when he was in college. Let's see, when
Yeah.
was he in college? Let's see here.
Dang, he's 39 years old. So he played. I guarantee he wouldn't start over
So
whoever.
he played at East Carolina in 2004 to
04 to
2007.
07.
He probably didn't want to be at Tennessee then. I want to say that Tennessee era was not good.
I bet he couldn't start at running back though.
Running back, 2004.
Yeah, I bet he couldn't have started 04 to 07. Just see the roster. Click on the roster for 04.
Right here?
Yeah. I don't know who Ja'Cory Williams was, a tailback. Hey, go up and click on position. No, to the,
Am I missing something here?
well, at the,
Oh, like sorted
yeah,
by position?
keep going until we see the, yeah, there we go. There they, oh, you just passed them all. TB, tailbacks. So,
Cedric Houston. Arian Foster was, I think
yeah.
he was one of the big ones.
oh yeah. As a freshman, he wouldn't have started over him as a freshman. And then Cedric Houston was probably.
He wouldn't have started over Arian Foster, huh?
No. I don't think so. And so he was a freshman in 04, and that's when Chris Johnson was a freshman at East Carolina, so they would have been competing, and Arian Foster, one of the better running backs for UT.
Yeah, he was one of the better all time. Yep.
Yeah. You want to argue anything else with me?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
I don't know why I hit that one. Oh, that's a good. Because Arian Foster was at the school away jersey. You want to argue with me too? Look up Arian Foster. That's why.
I'm curious about the college stats. Arian Foster, from a college standpoint, he was second team All SEC, right? In college for Conference USA, he was 2-time first team All Conference USA.
Who?
And
Oh yeah.
Chris Johnson.
In 06 and 07, the last 2 years. Yeah.
Well, and Arian Foster may not have even been on the roster at that time, right? No, he was second time All ACC 2007.
Yeah.
That was his greatest award ever. And so now you're comparing 2-time All Conference for Conference USA versus 1-time second team All SEC.
Okay. Put Arian Foster in Conference USA, and I bet he's rookie of the year. He's sophomore.
He's every
of the year.
award there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish they had a simple stats. Oh, here we go. College stats for Tennessee. Total rushing yards, 2,964.
And look who else. Like
giving us. Let's see what total.
Oh yeah.
2,982.
And how many? Yeah.
So
and
he
in
was about
2000
the same, but he was in a conference that
Yes.
you'd be able to get more yardage in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguing.
I don't know. It still seems too.
I'm not saying Chris Johnson was bad, but I don't think he would have started over Arian Foster.
He probably wouldn't have been the backup running back.
Right. Because I think Arian Foster didn't get starter till.
Whereas being at East Carolina, he's going to be the starter pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. And one would say they're probably two different types of tailbacks, too.
He was
Arian
also
Foster.
recruited by USF and UConn.
Okay. So he chose East Carolina.
Over Eastern Kentucky, USF, and
South
UConn.
Florida, yeah.
And then does it say who he was who Foster was recruited by? Let's see here.
Yeah, it just said something. He was a. Yeah.
He redshirted his first season behind Gerald Riggs and Cedric Houston.
Yeah. Because they were both seen.
3-year starter running back.
There you
Yeah,
go.
probably not going to be.
Yeah.
He was top of the roster at Tennessee.
And you say second team All SEC like it's a bad thing. Look in 07, who were the best running backs in the SEC at the time? You got to take in that account too. And then look who were the best running backs in
2007 All SEC
Darren
football
McFadden.
team. Tim Tebow was the quarterback. Andre Woodson from Kentucky was the second quarterback. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're talking about running backs right now.
Darren McFadden at Arkansas and
No Sean Moreno
at
at Georgia, yeah, and then Felix Jones. That's the year when Arkansas had that combo right there. They were nuts. Felix
Oh yeah,
Jones
because they
and
had
Darren
both McFadden
Yeah.
and Jones. I do remember that.
And then you had Jacob.
Earl Bennett from Vanderbilt
Yep.
was first team wide receiver. Huh?
He was good. Heck yeah, I like Earl Bennett. What about you, audience? In studio, real fake in studio audience likes it.
A real imaginary. I
Real
thought, not
imaginary.
real
That's
fake,
right. Real imaginary audience.
Get their names right. Come
I
on now.
know, that's on me. Buzzer me. Yeah, so
Jared Mayo. He was awesome. Okay. I
Yeah.
just ran down the football.
no, yeah,
rabbit hole.
you get. I'll tell you what, football sidetracks you a lot,
That's good.
It's not a bad
I like
thing.
it.
but
I
it's
like
just not in season right now.
No, it's not season right now.
Yeah, but that's okay. I forgive you.
Basketball season.
Yep, it is basketball, and that's a good segue to one.
All
of our
Chris
topics.
Johnson needed was a fair chance.
He got one in the end.
He
was
got
good
the
for a
got the
couple
start
years.
more than he probably would have gotten to start at Tennessee.
Yeah, and then he still went pro. I'm not saying he was bad. I just don't,
Well, are we going to talk about some of our swag too that we're wearing here?
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
was
much.
trying to segue a while ago when you were talking about exciting, and you shut me down. I said, you know what else is exciting? You never answered.
What else is exciting?
It's too late now. Our hats and our swag. Look at that. I don't know what.
So I'm
camera.
trying for the flat lip because it's just in the sticker.
Yeah.
Trying to be like Mini Pearl. I guess this is the Mini Pearl of the modern era, right? Because it used to be the sticker hung down on the side.
Yeah,
right?
the tag. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think that this
Call
look is
that the
going to be
Mini-
me though. I think it's going to have to end up getting curved.
You should put a fish hook on there and be Bill Dance.
Bill Dance.
You don't know who Bill Dance is?
Oh, now you got me running down a real rabbit hole. That's where the fish hook comes from, isn't it? I've seen everybody, people wearing the fish hook.
Yeah, that's Bill Dance. Man, I used to watch his fishing show every Sunday night.
And he had a fish hook on his.
Yeah, he was so funny too. His fishing shows on Sundays. It was either Sunday mornings or Sunday nights.
He wore a UT hat all the time.
He big UT fan. I think it was Bill Dance with the fishing hook, or was it somebody else?
No
Maybe it
fishing
wasn't
hook on
Bill
his
Dance.
hats.
Maybe it was another fisherman.
Let's try to put the
what's
Tennessee hat
his
fish
name?
hook.
Well, it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't him.
Man, well, still, Bill Dance is one of that show. Maybe it was Roland Martin that had it.
Who had the
There
fish
was
hook?
I watched a fishing show when I was a kid, and
Who
they
had the fish hook on their hat?
it was somebody.
Trying to sell me the fish hooks for my hat.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy?
No, that ain't who I'm thinking of. I don't know. I swear I remember watching some fishing shows when I was a kid. I know I watched Bill Dance all the time. It was fun. And he was funny, man. His blooper reel is hilarious.
Oh, this is a Hawaiian thing, is what they're claiming. The
Yeah,
fish hooks on
I
the
don't
hats.
know.
Larry the Cable Guy is the example they use.
Yeah, I mean he does, but that's not who I'm thinking of.
But you're looking for like a real fisherman.
Yeah, I'm wrong. That's crazy. I thought it was Bill Dance who wore it, but I guess not. I mean, we saw several pictures.
What fisherman had the fish hook on their hat?
Man,
Not
I
a
can't-
specific fisherman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I dreamed it.
So whoever your favorite person was, you got to push them. You got to find out who they are
Yeah,
and
I'm
push
gonna
them
have
because
to. That's going between now and
apparently
next
AI
week.
is determined that they're not important and they're not significant. You
I'm
make
gonna have
them
to look it up,
significant.
man. Maybe I dreamed it. I don't know, but I thought that I thought it was Bill Dance. So obviously I'm
Dwarf
wrong.
goes fishing.
Oh no! See, away jersey says it was Bill Dance.
Well, Bill Dance doesn't have any pictures.
Well, I'll find it.
Dwarf goes fishing.
Oh yeah, you don't remember Dorf? Dorf on golf, Dorf on fishing. I think there was Dorf on racing. Yeah, those were hilarious too. Tim Conway, I believe.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch this one to
Yeah.
add it to our thing.
So funny. Dorf, man, you don't remember these?
No.
Oh, they were great.
Tim Conway is Dwarf.
Yeah, he had. Well, you say he goes fishing, he goes golfing. Oh, yeah, they're great.
We need that may be one. I'm gonna save that for later to add
Yeah.
to the.
No,
to the page.
Dorf is awesome.
I'll have to watch it too because I've not watched it.
And it's DORF and not dwarf, like the dwarves.
So Bill Dance
Yeah,
totally
see,
was the 100% with the fish hook on his hat.
I don't know why your pictures didn't show it, but yeah, I've always remember that. Oh, I think it said something. I don't know. And I'll have to look up some of his blooper reels. I'll have to. You'll have to put one of those up. That's so funny.
Talking about blooper reels for Dorf.
No, for Bill Dance. So he had a show, Bill Dance Outdoors, fishing show. I'd watch it all the time. And dude, his blooper reel, he'd hit his head all the time. One time he was getting his fishing poles ready and he stuck them in the ceiling fan and went whop, whop, whop. He was kind of shocked. I mean, he fell out of his boat. I mean, he was funny, man. There's some good stuff.
He was a Tennessee boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to watch Bill Dance Outdoor all the time.
EJ would love this. You know, EJ's all into the fishing right now.
Oh, yeah.
He bought a fishing mount for his kayak.
Oh, that's no.
So he's legit.
You'll have to watch some Bill dance.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
some
have to show him
tips.
some Bill dance. Yep.
All right. So you can go to mikeandjrod.com and get some of these if you like our beanies, our hats. You can get those. I think our coffee mugs that you've seen right there.
Oh yeah.
Check it out. That's exciting.
Good stuff.
So we're down to the Final Four. Little NCAA basketball talk now. It is all number 1 seeds made it, right?
Oh,
What is that for?
NCAA basketball
Oh,
pump
is
up
that your
music.
segue? I like your segue. The crowd. Oh no, the crowd actually liked it. I hit the wrong
You
button.
booed it.
Sorry. Yeah. I know y'all liked it.
Oh, they
Crowd.
booed it. They
Yeah.
booed my
No,
pump up
they liked
music.
it. I hit the wrong button.
I mean, isn't that the whole thing? Was it? It was Jordan's. Jordan had the intro, right? When he played for the Bulls, they had the big Bulls intro with the light show and all that.
But that was for the team. I don't think that was specifically for Jordan.
But that's when they started it. Was when Jordan was there. I thought.
Oh yeah.
The Bulls lead in. Do they still
Yeah.
do it?
I don't know.
Now it's like the kids are going to these basketball games and there's like local high schools doing it. Like local private schools. Oh, pump up music with the lights
not
and
even
the.
private school. Wilson Central, man.
Oh, they got to pump up.
The intro.
Big time intro.
Yeah. All they need to do is get good. Yeah. But their intro it's awesome.
All they need to do is get good. They got an intro. They just need to get good.
Yeah. And they may be decent. I haven't been. I'll start going to more now that Moxie will be in high. I mean, she doesn't play.
Is she gonna go? She'll go to Wilson Central.
Yeah. But we'll go check out some games, I'm sure. So Final Four is in San Antonio. All number 1 seeds made it. Florida, Auburn, Houston.
Seemed like you
and
told
Duke.
me some statistic about how many times
I
all
did.
number 1 has gotten there.
Do you remember?
Seemed like there's only been one time, like 30 years ago or 40 years ago or something like that.
No, 2008 was the first time, and this is just the second time.
Oh, so it's fairly recent. Well,
Yeah.
in my mind, that's recent.
Yeah, that was
to
the
me,
first
it's
time
recent.
ever, and this is the second time in 40 years.
Yeah, because you and I were debating about
So-
if I just chose all the preferred
One
seeds
seed.
to win,
And
because we almost got all 1 and 2.
even in the
Because
Elite
the
Eight,
twos, except for
was
Texas Tech, was
one
a 3.
seed. Yeah, this year,
Was a weird one then.
yeah, but you could almost say, well, they got the 1 through 4 seeds fairly correct.
Yeah, the top 4 teams.
Yeah, because I think in the Elite Eight, the 6th seed was the lowest seed.
Oh, really?
Ole Miss, yeah. The rest were 1s, 2s, 3s.
Wow,
4s and
I didn't even
6s,
look
yeah.
at that.
Yeah, there wasn't. Usually,
How did you do on your 3 brackets? You did 3 brackets, didn't
Yeah, I didn't win none of them. So,
you? Win none of them. So what does that mean?
or I didn't like. So depending on
So did you not get any of the Final 4?
Oh no! I have
Did you pick Duke to win it all?
no. So in my work, in one I did. Yeah, actually, one I did on DraftKings. I have Duke winning, I believe. No, I don't know.
You said you did 3 whenever we talked last time. Have you done more since then?
No.
You just did those 3.
But I have one at work, one with my cousin.
I didn't bring my glasses.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
one of the brackets I did have all 4 1 seeds. So with Florida winning. But I think right now, Duke, they look really good.
Well, and that was that. I sent you that article that you didn't. It was just a clip because I know you don't read. So
No.
talking about Duke's
read.
fundraising,
Yeah.
and I think we kind of touched on it whenever we were talking. So it kind of ruins the show a little bit whenever we hang out the night before.
So today I did read though. Yeah. Well, I try. Yeah.
But just kind of to let our our audience know what we're talking about, what we're thinking about. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal of all places talking about how Duke has got these NIL entities that are like secretive. So most of the other schools are doing like, hey, public fundraising campaigns.
Yeah.
And Duke has this one exclusive hedge fund group of like 5 guys that's raising enormous amounts of money.
Yeah.
And it's all private. Nobody knows really who's doing what. You have to like research deep into the archives of the organizations.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing though, in that thing you sent me,
I didn't send you the whole article. I just sent you the part, didn't I?
Yeah,
Did
but
I
it
send you
was
the whole article?
no, just that part. But it says this was created before NIL.
Well, no, this entity that they were talking about is not the entity that's running the show now.
Oh, the Duke Legacy program?
The Duke Legacy was created way back when
by Coach K.
And now there's a new one that was just created.
Really?
And it's so exclusive you can't get in it.
Oh. Well,
like it's invitation only.
I would say that Duke Legacy program or Legacy Fund, that's exclusive.
That was because it was $1 million entry fee.
Yeah, the minimum payment's $1 million.
You can't even be a part of it without $1 million.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was that they created it so that the coach supposedly could do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah, there's so many loopholes that they used to. And now the NIL's here, though, that takes away your loopholes. You can just use it, in my mind. A
lot of the teams are doing. Apparently,
about.
Duke does have one that raises. So this was in the article. I didn't send you the whole thing, but Duke has one. That's a $20, donation or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they ain't gonna turn no money down.
But that one specifically does not include basketball as a sport that they fund for.
So the peons that donate, they give that to the other sport.
Yeah, yeah. So if you give to the $20 donation at Duke, you're not giving to basketball. You're giving to every other sport, and
that's
and they pointed out that they list all the sports that they contribute to, and the most notable missing one, which they don't really point out that it's missing, but basketball is not listed.
Yeah. Well, and they got their own. Yeah. Sounds
they
like
don't need it, apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently they're going to win championships. They're determined.
Well, they've been around for a while, hanging in. Like I said, that's probably one of the best. Away jersey will hate this because he's in North Carolina. But Duke is, basketball is their thing.
That's a legacy, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, Final Fours in San Antonio played at the Alamo Dome. Told you I was going to talk about domes. So, in looking up for the show today, I looked up some facts on the Alamo Dome.
San Antonio's popping it off, man.
Yeah. So, they've hosted the Final Four. This is the 5th time they've hosted. 98 they hosted, 2004 they hosted, 2008.
And it's like it's their thing, isn't it?
Yep.
So who usually plays at the Alamo Dome?
Well, they host the Alamo Bowl since '93.
They've got the Roadrunners listed.
Yeah,
here.
University of Texas San Antonio plays there.
Oh, that's their home field.
Yeah, dude, I did my research before. Who needs Google when you got Michael?
I know it.
Holds 64,000, and that is like for football, or it can be adjusted for whatever sports or concerts.
I like the mirrored glass on the outside. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's a cool looking.
Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't. I assume you haven't.
No, I've never been there.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's a cool looking facility.
You know how it was built? It was built started in 1990. It opened in May 15th, 1993. You know how much it costs? You're looking at, but maybe you don't see it.
I didn't look at it.
I thought this was because you're a numbers guy.
186 million. I don't have any perspective on 64,000 seats. It seems kind of average.
Okay, well,
I don't know what dollar amount. I mean, how much was AT&T Stadium? I mean, that was outrageous, wasn't it?
I'm gonna tell you, in '93 that cost 186 million, and I found where in 2024 that would translate to $405 million today. Or in
405 million.
To build the Alamo, would cost $405 million. What's it cost?
This is the new Titan Stadium. That's what I was thinking.
That's what. Yeah, that made me think of that. $1 billion?
$2.1 billion.
Oh my gosh!
It's astronomical, man.
Yeah.
1.26 billion subsidized by public funds.
Yeah, so we're on the hook. The rest.
There's a gal at work, man. She got that. She went off the chain about that because she lives in Metro.
Oh,
they're not taking public money. I'm like, yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're getting some public money.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's coming from both the state and the city.
That's what's crazy is over half is the hook for the public to build and not the ownership itself.
Well, but the public funds thing may be actually bonds. So I'm not an expert on this, but a lot of times when they say public funds, they're using the public entity to create bonds at a lower interest rate.
Okay.
So they're borrowing money through the state or through the city or whoever it is, so that they get a lower interest rate on the borrowed money.
Okay.
And then the idea is that the money generated by the facility is going to then turn around and pay the bond payments.
Pay the bonds, yeah.
But they're taking, like Titan Stadium, they're also taking all that property around it. We've already talked about this in the other show. And they're turning it all into like development.
Yeah.
And the Titans get a portion of that.
I know it.
Why? Like they should raise enough money. They should be already making enough money. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, these teams, I feel like they negotiate these great.
Oh, they got
deals
the
over
breakdown.
these
Look at
cities.
this. Metro's paying $760 million. The state's paying $500 million. The team's paying $840 million. And then public funding. I wonder if this public funding includes those dollar amounts. Probably does. Does that math work out? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. The 760 and the 5. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then the total cost is all three, right? So,
Yeah.
and the team's not even contributing all the funds. Apparently, the NFL's pitching in money too.
Oh, yeah. That's with support. That team contribution comes support from the NFL.
Yeah. All the money from the big teams goes to the little teams.
Yeah, I think they have some kind of, everybody throws a little bit in the pot.
Yeah. That goes back to that conversation about the big markets paying all the bills
Yeah.
because they got all the money, like New York and L.A.
Yeah.
I guess Chicago, but I mean the Bears. When was the last time the Bears won anything?
1985 was the Super Bowl, and the last time they've been to the Super Bowl is 2005.
Oh, we got a little segment coming up here where we're going to talk about a famous Bear.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise for you.
All right, I like that.
Let's see, Bears. When did the Bears last win? I'm just curious. So you said 85,
I just
but I'm
told
talking
you.
about when did they win anything into the playoffs? That's the only time they've won.
No,
They've gone
they
into
got
the playoffs?
back to the Super Bowl in 05.
Yeah, I
I
thought
just
they'd
said
been
all
back. I thought you just said 85.
85 when they won it,
Oh,
and
when
then
they
they
won
got
it.
back and lost to the Colts in 05.
Yeah, because you're a Bears guy now,
Your
aren't you?
listening skills are about like a 105-year-old man.
I'm just getting old and slow, man.
My goodness. I did a whole intro to start the show, and then you had no clue.
I'm getting old and slow.
You just don't pay attention to me.
I know it. I'm terrible. I'll try to be a better work wife.
Golly, man. That's crazy.
You're making me feel Debbie Downer now.
We've argued this too. I don't feel like that's a downer.
You don't think so?
This is a downer.
The ending there. It sounds like it's going to be a win, and then you're like,
yeah, the dude, it gets you up, and then it's like, no, you
It's
lost.
a teaser.
Yeah, I like
But
that
it's kind
feeling.
of represents what it is, right? Isn't that the one where if you pick the wrong number?
Yeah, if you get wrong, yeah. Or if I don't know. It's just
Because that's the Price is Right, isn't it?
yeah. But that's when you get it wrong. We've talked about this.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like we thought you were going to get it.
Yeah, like when you guess the price of the car. Yeah, and no, that's right.
That's the whole teaser of it, right? That's why I like the sound in the first place, right?
Because
it's like
do they play that when they do the showcase?
I don't know.
When you go, I think it's just if you go over on something.
I'll have to watch the show again.
Yeah.
I've never really analyzed it like this before.
haven't
Now I'm
either.
kind of just hitting it right now. But I think that's why I like it so much, because it's the excitement of, I'm going to win.
Yeah. No. So what is the sound if you get it right?
It's like, you're a winner. Well, but it's a ding. I thought we talked about this.
We did.
It's a
Man,
ding.
we're old. We're forgetting our conversations.
Yeah, we're both forgetting. We're both getting old. That is what it is.
That's right. It is.
That's why we're supposed to have Reagan on the show, because he remembers everything.
But we need the right ding for Price is Right. I think.
Well, you have a ding, but it's not the ding.
No, I don't. I got that. I got the buzzer.
What's the left one? Left one is
I
the
like
boo.
turtles. That's boo, and these are crowds.
Maybe we had a
cheering and
ding at
laughing.
one point in time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's been a while.
It has.
It's been a while, and I'm getting old, so
Yeah. So let's see. Alamo Dome.
you're right. I do need to add a ding. Maybe I should replace the banana in the tailpipe.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Yeah. Let's see. Record sports crowd at the Alamo Dome. 2023. It was a Warriors Spurs regular season game. It was 68,323. And then number 2 and number 3 were in 2018 when they hosted the Final Four. It was the 2018 NCAA Final Four, March 31st, 2018, with Loyola and Michigan and Kansas Villanova. They had 68,257, and then the championship game had 67,831.
So now the capacity is not that. So they've got what, people standing around?
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Well, in basketball, because look at that picture up there.
Oh, because it's football.
So
you got
can
all
have
these
more
people standing on the sides.
Right. And you can, so the court is a little more, and you can have more floor seating.
It's kind of like why Nate has the record for Bridgestone, because his stage was so small.
Well, you're right, and he did it in the round.
He
so
did it in
was
the middle, so he got all the seats.
And so you
plus he
essentially
got
have
all
the
the
whole
seats on the
floor.
floor as well. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so basketball they can hold more, because it says it's only 64,000, but they had 68. You know, it depends on what kind of venue.
So now, schedule-wise, is all that on Sunday? Is all that happening on Sunday?
2 games tomorrow, and then the championship game is Monday night.
So when is Auburn and Florida playing? Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. They both play tomorrow.
so the 4 is tomorrow,
Yeah,
and then
there'll be
the
a
final 2 is on Sunday.
Monday. The championship, no, Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night. Okay.
Which I've always hated that. They do that with football. They put the championship game on a Monday night.
There's got to be something about people watching on a Monday night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's, hey, I had my first
don't
day
know the
back at
reason.
work, and now I'm like, I just need to veg out, and I need to watch something.
And watch it, yeah. Well, on Monday night, it's probably like nothing.
Nothing else is
typically
going on, so you're not
Monday night.
competing
Yeah.
with other things.
Yeah. So.
Because they did that. They did that with the college football playoff too, the national championship too, didn't they?
Yeah. It's been on Monday nights for a while, and I don't understand. Well, probably the same deal.
Interesting. Why is Monday night sports so expensive, so cheap? Called Monday Night Football in Nashville
Yeah.
on Monday night.
You're probably going to get a lot of Monday night football stuff. Yeah. Because Monday night football I don't think you'll get a real answer to the college football stuff.
Because they're going to be obsessed about
Well,
Monday
and it's
night
the only
football.
sport, like, I think you answered it just a second ago when you said it's the only thing on Monday nights. And that's typical in my mind. So everybody's going to tune in to the big whatever game.
Combination of factors, including broadcasting agreements that give networks like ESPN and ABC more games. The NFL's desire to maximize viewership and revenue.
But yeah, so
They're still obsessing about Monday Night Football, aren't they?
oh yeah, Monday night football. That's right. Yeah, anything you put about sports on Monday night, that's going to be the first thing that's brought up. So I don't know. I want to. I'll tell you something else though. Talking about NCAA basketball. You know, you were talking about the NIT and Chattanooga won it last night, right?
Yep. Chattanooga
And,
Mocs. So
yeah.
for people who don't know, the Mocs won the NIT,
And it's another Tennessee school.
and it's money.
No. Nope.
So I was
think you
reading
got
an
mixed
article
up.
that was loads of garbage.
No. The other that just started this year, it's called the College Basketball Crown. That's the one that they're giving the NIL money. That's why I wanted to talk about this, because I was
So they're
looking it up.
different.
Yeah, the NIT has always been the secondary tournament to the NCAA, and at one time the NIT was the more prestigious. Yeah, they don't. They don't
So the
typically
crown is not the same thing as the NIT.
Right. The college basketball crown is new. It started this year, and they give 500,000, and that makes sense why a lot of the teams probably turned the NIT down because they were like, if we can get into the crown. And tomorrow is the Final Four of it, and then the championship is on Sunday. And so
let me get this straight. Somebody started a new tournament and said, we're going to give you money if you win it.
yeah,
And now it's taking teams away from the NIT.
I
Is it going to bankrupt the NIT?
I doubt it.
NIT is still affiliated with NCAA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I thought NIT and NCAA championship basketball, like the one we do with the brackets, like this is outside of my wheelhouse, so I don't know all this.
The college basketball crown is brand new. It's the first time they ever done it. 16 teams.
That was the game we were watching on TV then, right?
Last night
Yeah.
at the place. That was the crown game. That was
because it had the crown on the, yeah.
That was that. That wasn't the NIT with Chattanooga and UC Irvine. So right now the Final Four for that basketball crown. So what they do is their payout is they have a total payout of $500,000. So I mean you're right, of NIL money, and that is supplied by Vivid Seats. And
This is in Vegas, right? This happens in Vegas.
So Vivid Seats is you can buy ticket sales. You can buy seats to tickets to games, events, whatever.
Interesting.
And so they are putting up $500,000 in NIL money. The champion gets $300,000. Second place gets $100,000, and then the two teams that didn't make the finals,
Did 50 grand each.
Yep.
So did teams turn down the NIT to go to the crown?
See, I didn't look. My guess is that's probably some did. I don't know if I don't know if they'd give that reason. I know South Carolina turned it down, but I don't think they were in this tournament. I didn't look up to see which 16 teams.
Yes. Multiple teams declined invitations to the NIT to participate in the college.
This is your bigger schools.
Ohio State, West
Yeah.
Virginia, Kansas State, and Rutgers.
And none of them made the Final Four. Good.
Wow.
So the Final Four for that crown is Villanova versus UCF, and then Boise State versus Nebraska.
It says the Buckeyes were prohibited from playing in the NIT even if they had desired to do so.
I wonder why that is.
No Big Ten teams are participating in the event.
But look, so 3 of those 4 teams declined to go to the college basketball crown. West Virginia, Kansas State, and Rutgers. So they just were done.
Wow.
But so Boise State and Villanova, they're in the Final Four, so they declined the NIT bids to get to the crown.
Interesting.
And they're, to their credit, Villanova and Boise State are in the Final Four.
Now they're saying the college basketball crown is seen as a more prestigious tournament than the NIT
Well, yeah.
because they're getting money.
Yeah, they're offering, which is crazy. And I bet the NIT will follow. Will you bet
They're going to put
year?
money in
Yeah.
to make sure that people keep coming back to their tournament.
Yeah,
I don't
'cause-
know. It's affiliated with NCAA, so maybe not. NIT is affiliated with NCAA. Like it's and I thought there was some kind of rule around if you don't get selected for the NCAA, then you have to go to the NIT or something.
No,
I
you
thought
can
there was some
turn
kind of
in.
rule.
People have turned NIT down for
A lot,
years.
huh?
Yeah,
Have they?
just because they're mad. They wish they would have went. They a lot of times they think they should have been in the tournament, and they're like, "Well, we won't play in anything," because they're butthurt.
So by finishing as one of the Big Ten's top 2 teams in the NCAA net rankings not to be picked for the tournament, the Buckeyes were contractually obligated to participate in the new event if they chose to take part in any postseason event.
Oh, did the Big Ten?
They signed a contract apparently for this crown thing.
Oh my gosh! See, that's all money. It boils down to money. Where's your money, money, money?
Yeah, I was looking at the cream of the crop.
Yeah. I mean, is it safe to say, let me ask you this, and I'm going to say start, and it may have been even sooner to say this, but I'm going to say this year it is safe to say that, like, money is taking over college and
Everything.
there's not, I'm going to say with the portal and everything, like these kids ain't going to school classes. They may be taking online stuff, but I don't even think they're keeping up with their grades anymore.
I don't know. Well, you know, Tennessee, I think we talked about their dedicated athletic study facility, right?
Yeah.
Where they go in there with the tutor.
Yeah. So the days of seeing a athlete in your class is over, right? There's no way you're going to see an athlete in your class no more. If I'm a regular
Well, no,
student.
now the tutoring is different than class. My understanding was they still had to go to class. And they actually had handlers that made sure they went to class.
Yeah, back in your day I'm talking, I bet now it ain't like that.
I don't know. Maybe not.
And it may say it is, but I bet they ain't going.
Athletes still go to class.
It's going to say yeah, because they don't want you to. They're expected
to attend classes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to make anybody go to class.
Right. And I'm expected to be.
NCAA mandates that student athletes must be enrolled and attending. And that was a big deal because NCAA said you were no longer eligible if you didn't go to class. And that was why they had handlers forcing them to go to class.
Right. But now with online classes and stuff, because I know one of my buddies' kids, most of his classes he's taking online anyway. So if a regular student can
I
do
guess
it,
if you could just take online, you just don't have to.
And
worry
with
about
all the
it.
travel and stuff, because you're telling me right now the whole month of March,
for
Florida,
basketball players.
Auburn,
Oh yeah, they're not going.
Duke
to class.
and Houston players have been in a classroom. Bull crap.
They're doing makeup work, or they're doing something outside or something.
Yeah, there's no way I think it's online stuff.
Well, and I mean, there's two kinds of athletes, right? There's the athletes that are at the very top of.
Right.
Where's the cream of the crop, right?
Yeah.
The
Cream of the crop.
Nobody does it better.
Right?
Yeah.
The ones at the top, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the everyday athlete, which is going to be, the players that are good, that are needed on the field or on the court or whatever.
Right.
And then you've got all the other athletes, and I'm not bemoaning other sports, but the sports that don't make money.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that, I mean.
Those
and
are
when I
all going to
say
go to
athlete,
class.
Yeah, so when I say
So that's what I'm saying. Those are
football and basketball players.
Those are money makers.
Your cream of the crop ones aren't going. Those guys are.
Yep.
I don't mean every sport. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not on campus, right?
Yeah.
My kids are not going to. They're not going to UT or whatever. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that from them either.
Yeah.
Like we would have to talk to somebody that's on a campus like a University of Tennessee, where you've got players that are playing on the next level. I mean, when you're playing for a national championship, that's a different level.
Yeah.
At least it is nowadays. I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah, it is.
When you're talking about money, the money piece of it just changes all of
Well,
that.
and it's a 24 hour, 7 days a week job being a college athlete.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
put
I don't know
so
how that
much in
works.
your big schools anymore. I mean, heck, in high school, middle school, like high school, they practice and play all the time, even in high school now. I mean,
So a professor says at my university, when I had student athletes in my classes, I received a schedule for the dates. They would be out of town and miss my class.
yeah, which is all the time.
But I'm sure the professor's not going to say that, right?
Right. No, I mean, they're not. Yeah. I don't know. And again, I think your second string offensive lineman, he probably is getting in the class,
Does
he's
Shador Sanders go to class? Shador Sanders has never taken a class on campus.
I told you, yeah. I can believe that 100%. Yeah, no, I believe that. Never been in a classroom?
Most of the schooling is online.
See, they're all on, because they travel so much now. And especially like your old Pac-12 schools, they got to go all the way to like Duke
Oh yeah,
and North
'cause now
Carolina
they're traveling
State.
all the way across the country, right?
Yeah,
Because now they're the All Coast Conference.
yeah. I mean, that's like your UCLA's, your Stanfords. They got to go. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Nancy,
crazy.
it's definitely very interesting, isn't it? It's very curious.
Oh,
It's a
see,
different world. Glad to have you, by the way.
we are an educational.
You are.
show.
I'm learning a lot today.
But yeah, so
Professor Mike on the job.
that's right. Let's see. Is that about wrapping up the NCAA talk? Do we want to talk about our field trip last night? The reason why we are.
Oh, that was what I was trying to download was the picture.
Okay. Reason
I mean,
why
you
we're
can start
doing
talking
our
about it,
show.
but-
Okay, so typically we like to say, I know we bounce around when we do our show, but typically we like to do our show on Thursday nights, 7 o'clock. Obviously last week, Jared wasn't feeling good, so we did Friday night, and then this week we moved it because we planned a field trip. Like we've kind of been hinting and teasing and hoping eventually we're going to be trying to nail down a guy that I've watched wrestle in Gladeville, and he's works for All Elite Wrestling. Tyler Thorne's his wrestling name. Tyler Whitehead, I believe, is his full name. But
I met Tyler
good
last
kid.
night. That was
Yeah,
nice.
you met him, yeah.
He's young, man. He's a young guy.
I told you when we first started seeing him, I think he was like 16 at Gladeville, and
He's a young guy.
but now he's trying to do it. I think he's partnered with his own little,
Talking about flying around the
doing a
country
promotion.
and
Yeah,
all this
he's-
craziness.
Yeah. It's got to be fun. He's young, and that's a cool job, I think. But we're going to try to get him on. At the very least, he said he'd call in from a hotel one Thursday, and we could, do. And since we've been talking about him now that we went to one of his shows, and I told him, we'll give him shouts out when he's doing a show or something. I'd love for him to come back to Gladeville and wrestle, and we'd definitely all go to that on a Friday night. Because you remember last night at the show, the one ref. He goes, when you coming back to Gladeville? He said, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. We're gonna do Gladeville tomorrow night.
Yeah, so tonight it starts at 8. Well, it started at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we're competing with.
Yeah, that's why we don't have any listeners. They're all at
They're all at
Gladeville
Gladeville
wrestling.
watching the wrestling.
That's right. So yeah, we went last night. It was called Fight at the Fiesta. It's a Mexican restaurant in Nashville. This is the third one apparently they've had, and we decided to go support him.
Mix of wrestling and boxing.
Yeah, they actually had 2 boxing matches. It was entertaining, right?
It was very good.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Michael got us some front row seats. Like we had the
That's right.
ringside
VIP
table seats.
Yeah.
I mean, they were good. They were really good seats. Kind of giving you some idea. We had one of the characters. Do you want to tell them about him?
Yeah. So one of the wrestlers here is.
He is Action Mike.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's his name, but he is 75 years old. He was born in 1949. It's still wrestling, and
There he is. How
Yeah,
old
there's
is
a
he? He
picture
gets
of-
75, right?
75
Here he is
years
taking
old.
down Loverboy.
Yeah. I mean, that was last night. He was on the top rope. Dude.
Top rope. Hanging from the
yeah.
cables above.
So it was a small.
Made me think of G.I. Joe. That's why I had to play the music.
Yeah. Typically, you have a high rise with these wrestling matches and stuff, but the restaurant didn't have a high ceiling. But this guy, man, and I looked more up on him. He has been wrestling since he debuted in 1972 with NWA Mid-American, and
He's legit, man.
yeah, he never like quite made it huge, but he did wrestle. I read that he wrestled.
Come on, he made it to La Fiesta.
Yeah, well, hey, better than that. No, I read his page. I read up on him. He wrestled in WWF. He wrestled in.
See, our fans love him.
Yeah. He wrestled in AWA, American Wrestling Association, through the years. He has wrestled against Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so, he's been around. He wrestled Ric Flair, I think Jake the Snake Roberts.
Ooh.
Another older guy, Bob Backlund. He was in the 80s, late 70s, 80s. Big wrestler. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, he's been around. He didn't necessarily ever make it to, as one of these premier stars, but, and watching him
He didn't make it to the level of Magic Mike. He's just Action Mike.
Action Mike. Yeah. Or Macho Man. Let's put it, yeah.
Macho.
Magic Mike's a whole different showman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he talked a lot of talk last night.
Oh yeah, Action Mike.
Action Mike.
Oh yeah,
he had the action going,
and
then he had that double move where he had like one dude with his hands and one dude with his legs and flipping them over.
yeah, he was still.
He had some legit moves, man.
For 75, he was athletic.
I thought he was athletic for any 5.
And, yeah, to his credit, and I'll say, like watching him, like doing like those arm bars and the twists, and he did the head. He took where he bashed both
the head
like,
bashes. Yeah,
that's like old. You could tell he was an older wrestler.
Old
he was
school.
doing some classic moves.
Not quite like the slappers. The slaps on the chest.
Oh my gosh!
Who was that? Who were those wrestlers? I can't even remember their names.
That was
now.
So before I get to that was Sean Hurley.
Hurley,
and I've
that's
seen him
it.
wrestle in Gladewell, and the other
And
guy.
who was the
I
big
think-
guy?
I think it was Gregory McDaniel.
Oh man, he was.
If I remember
And like
right.
when Sean slapped his chest, like it was like I was like hurting just thinking about it. Like it was.
Well, the bigger guy when he would slap the little guy.
Oh, it
dude.
was brutal.
And we'll have to maybe we can put a video up.
Yeah, I mean, I that was before I realized. Oh man, I need to get some pictures.
Yeah, I have a video of them slapping.
And who was the other guy? Iron. What's his name? Iron. PDK and I mean, it was just craziness.
Yeah.
I didn't get very many good pictures.
And that LBK guy, I think he's wrestling tonight at Gladewell.
Is he?
I think I saw because I looked up to see, and I think he's.
Oh,
there
he had a
tonight.
fan base. LBK.
Yeah, he
LBK.
did. They had shirts on too.
Yeah.
And,
then you had that one old lady who flipped off the dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
like they were laying down the law over there, man.
Yeah, it's it's fun.
They were laying down the law.
And they. Oh yeah. And here's the thing. We were into it. We would holler, and that's what I like is it's
Stirring the
small.
pot with the bad guy versus the good guy.
Yeah.
I've never really pictured it that way, but it really is. They're setting up this guy's the bad guy, this
Yes.
guy's the good guy.
And they really, as long as you're not a butthole, like they want you to boo, they want you to cheer, they want you to say stuff.
They want you to engage.
As long as you have good energy.
I thought that one old lady was going to go beat that dude up.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she was legit.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, that one guy with
you
the
about
big
to
beard, he was like staring like, I could do this.
Oh.
If Action Mike can do this, I can do this.
And I don't think he could.
Glad to have you again.
But and then the one guy, I think it was the Lover Boy. He was pretty funny. Like he was a bad guy.
Lover Boy, yeah.
But like when he ran into the crowd and he was trying to hide from the one guy and he put the menu over his. He fixed the menu. Like, that's good. Like they're showmen, right?
When he was wearing fishnet tights or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lover Boy, fishnet tights.
Yeah.
It was
So-
Lover Boy and Too Hot. That was the other guy, Too Hot.
Right.
So now, did your buddy make their costumes?
I don't know if he does for them. Maybe I don't know. But he was more. I think he like set up the show and put
This
it
was
on.
a good picture. I should have put that on.
Oh, that is a good one. Yeah, of them sitting in the crowd.
Yeah, so they ran away from the people they were wrestling into the crowd to sit in the seats to try to not get hurt. It was hilarious.
Yeah. So it was funny.
The boxing was legit though. Like they
Yeah.
were legit. They were actually going at it pretty.
And I'll say with the two matches, the one kid that boxed in both matches, he definitely is training, and the first guy he fought.
Looked like he was just, I'm going to try this out, and then he's like, I don't think so. I'm done.
Because after the second round, it was going to go 3 rounds, and he said, "I'm done."
No, I'm not trying to get hurt.
But then,
But when you go in with a white polo on and a box,
I thought he was going to take it off, but he, yeah. And it may have been like, "Hey, you want to?" I think he.
Hey,
just
we need somebody to
volunteered.
box.
Yeah.
You want to? Will you go? Will you go be the punching bag in the ring?
Yeah, and thank you, Reagan, for joining us. You just realized you can follow us on our Facebook page. This is a good.
Yeah, so something's happened with our YouTube. If you may need to unsubscribe and resubscribe to get the notifications. We had somebody
And
last week
or
saying that.
we put it on our Facebook pages when we're trying to be better at when we're going on and say program update and tell you we're going to be on Thursday or Friday. So check that as well. If you don't know, check our
We have a dedicated
Mike
show
and Jrod Facebook page. Yeah, follow and we'll put stuff up on there. But so back to I didn't mean to get off topic, but I did want to say that. But back to the wrestling.
Back to Action Mike.
Yeah. And I think we kind of talked about like but so they have a small budget, and they put on a good show to not have a lot.
So I was shocked. You said that they only make $35
And
for doing
I don't
this?
even know. It may be less than that. Maybe it is more. That's my guess. I don't know, and that might be.
How many matches you got to do to make any money? Good Lord.
Well, I don't think.
You're not making any money doing that. You're just doing it for fun.
You're doing it for fun, and then maybe you work your way. I kind of put it to the same with like stand-up comedy. As you're coming up, you're going and maybe making like you're just going anywhere that will put you up on
That'll
stage.
let you perform.
And so same with I'm sure with these guys, anywhere they can get and wrestle and in a ring, they're gonna go. Whether they say, "Hey, we'll give you free beer at the club," or "We'll give you $20 tonight," or blah blah. I don't know. I would assume that's how it is.
Well, I mean, they had it set up with the smoke.
Yeah. And, no, so yeah,
And somebody was filming too. I'd love to
Yeah.
see the film footage of that.
and that's why I want to get to answer some of those questions. We need to get Tyler on because
Yeah, we need to have him on the show.
he
I'd
was
like to,
running
there's
all
so
that.
many things
he
I'd like to
set
know.
it up. Yeah, and
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just got off of 2 flights." I'm like, "Dang."
So he's working that.
He's
All
working the
Elite
circuit.
wrestling job. And that's a legit job that he's got. I'm sure that's a decent job.
Working the circuit.
And then back home, he's still trying to build something here too. So it's cool. Like I think and I messaged him before the show started, telling him that we enjoyed the show, and I'll have to read it. Yeah, he said some good things.
Yeah, I mean, it ran me down a rabbit hole with Action Mike.
Yeah, no, yeah, you looked
Because
at
I
it.
started going into the whole, like, I thought Action Mike makes me think of like a G.I. Joe character. I thought, oh, Action Mike would
Yeah.
be G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And so I went down the rabbit hole. I posted a video of the history of G.I. Joe on our link tree, MikeandJrod.com. I was like, man, Action Mike, that sounds like the best G.I. Joe character ever. And I don't know. I just went on a memory lane type
Yeah,
trip.
and then you sent me a whole thing. Yeah, you went down a G.I. Joe rabbit hole, and that video is crazy.
Yeah, so that brings up.
I don't know
Mike,
how
so you haven't
interesting
done
it
any
is.
questions tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So for anybody who's ever watched G.I. Joe, kind of asking the question, who was your favorite character of all time in G.I. Joe? Who was yours? You watched G.I.
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah,
right?
I did. I'm gonna say it brought up some memories of looking at that video you sent me, but I liked the and I can't remember his name. It was the Indian. I liked him.
Oh yeah, the Indian had and you could get the character with the hawk or the eagle or whatever.
Yeah, I liked him, and then obviously, and when we're talking about wrestling, I liked Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yeah, because Sergeant Slaughter was actually a wrestler. It was based on a
Yes.
wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
this
he
goes
wrestled
back
in
to the
WWF.
comment that I made about
Yeah, here it go.
about the Chicago
Oh,
Chicago
I thought you were
connection.
gonna say something else.
Um,
I thought you were gonna say it goes back to it all goes back to wrestling.
it does all go back
I
to
know it.
wrestling. It really does.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get too sentimental, but
The cream
it's
of the
the
crop.
cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better.
No,
Right. So,
Yeah.
but no. So what I was thinking was, there was certain characters in GI Joe for you to get the little figurines.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was one that was very, very special.
To you, Snake Eyes.
No, this was a special one. You had to
Oh, I
actually
don't know.
collect box tops to get this one.
Oh really? What was it? Well, you know, as you're looking that up, back in the day, G.I. Joe, the action figure was actually like 1.5 feet tall, 2 foot tall.
There was a Refrigerator Perry GI Joe.
Oh, dude, yeah, I do. That's right. I remember that.
You remember the Refrigerator Perry GI Joe?
I think my cousin had this one too.
Yeah, and he had his weapon was a metal football on a chain.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
so this was an interesting little clip
That is
tidbit,
awesome.
right? So Refrigerator Perry GI Joe, somebody was like, "Well, how is he going to win if they're shooting guns at him and all he's got is a football on a chain?"
Yeah, yeah.
But Refrigerator Perry GI Joe was kind of like Sergeant Slaughter. So Refrigerator Perry and Sergeant Slaughter were actually the trainers
for the GI Joe.
I was gonna say it says he was the physical trainer.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was the trainer.
So he
you
didn't
had to
go to
get
battle.
through to become a GI Joe. You had to get through him and Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay,
Right?
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is funny.
So that's that connection back to
Yes.
and Sergeant Slaughter, of
Sports,
course, is
Chicago ties in. That's right. You said it earlier in the show about Chicago.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned that. Yep. Now
That's
you
a
seeing the
good surprise
connection,
there.
right?
I like
a little
that.
surprise there for you. And then this
I'll
was
have a cool-
Sergeant Slaughter based on the real Sergeant Slaughter,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So this
yeah,
is based
yeah.
on the actual guy.
Yeah.
And there's a whole, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a whole documentary about Sergeant Slaughter, the history of Sergeant Slaughter. And Sergeant Slaughter hosts it.
Oh, okay.
He talks about
Yeah.
how he got started in wrestling, and then he talks about the GI Joe piece and being the GI Joe character.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and how
That's cool.
like
That's
it was really really interesting.
And it's just one of those things that, for me, that's a memory lane thing.
Yeah.
And then thinking about all the, like, one of my neighbors had the aircraft carrier, and it was like 6 foot long or something. Yeah, Reagan remembers he has it.
Snake
Reagan
Eyes.
says he has the Refrigerator Perry character. But yeah, it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And
That's
Slaughter
awesome.
Slaughter doesn't look as stout in this one, does he?
Oh no, I mean, but he was a big dude.
Because he got muscular later on, didn't he? Didn't he get more
He's
buff?
just always. I mean,
Yeah, he's pretty buff there.
but he's a big. Yeah.
I mean, I know he's a big guy, but I
Yeah.
mean, just he doesn't look buff there.
No, he isn't. No, he wasn't like he wasn't ripped like Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. He wasn't ever like that. But how tall? Like how big was he? I bet he was.
Did he
like
have a
6'6".
saying? It seemed like he had a saying too, didn't he?
I'm not real sure. How tall does it say he was?
6'6". Yeah, he was a
Okay.
big guy.
305.
305. That's pretty stout.
Yeah. The big tall dude. His name was Robert Rudolph Ramus. Remus. I'd go by Sergeant Slaughter too.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, forget that. I'm gonna be Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Signed to the WWE in the Ambassador Program.
Oh, he's currently signed. Yeah, so he's like an ambassador to current wrestlers.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
is hilarious. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter was one of my favorites. There's an episode of G.I. Joe where they introduce Sergeant Slaughter. Have you seen that episode?
no, I could if I used
You
to
probably-
watch it,
if you
but
saw it,
there's
you probably
way I
remember it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember it now.
I remember it specifically because they were like getting overwhelmed by all these robots.
Yeah.
So the Cobra guys brought in the robots, and the robots are like coming in. Then GI Joe's about to lose.
yeah.
And then Sergeant Slaughter just drives in his tank and jumps out of the tank. Like he's
Yeah.
not shooting anything. And all the robots just swarm over top of him. And you're like, oh no, that guy just died. And he just,
Yeah.
boom,
And then
pops out and all the robots just blow
destroys
off
him.
into the air. It was great. It was great.
G.I.
scene.
Joe.
Great scene.
It was a great cartoon.
Well, and it also, that video that I sent you that I shared on our link tree, it kind of talks about, and I didn't realize G.I. Joe started because Cobra was created, right? And Cobra was created by a used car salesman.
Oh, yeah.
That was a disgruntled
Yeah.
employee
Yeah, that wanted to take over the
that
world.
started a pyramid scheme, Bernie Madoff, and then went out there and used
Yeah.
his pyramid scheme to say, hey, I'm going to take over the world
world domination.
for world domination.
Yeah.
So he just became really angry. And
That's funny.
like there's a lot of things in there that I'm like, I don't remember that. Like apparently there was a series, and I'm guessing in the show or something, where one of the plot lines was that Cobra caused this earthquake under the sea
Oh gosh.
to create. This was at the end of the episode. You probably didn't see it. To create an island to come up out of the sea, and then Cobra had the twins, Tomax and Zaymon. I've got
Yes.
the model.
Yeah,
I've got one of them up
Yeah.
here, but they did all this legalese to claim the island to make it Cobra Island, an independent country.
because that's in watching that the twins, how they fought was through legal
Money.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, that's what was crazy. And as a kid, I didn't.
The Elite
know any of that.
Enterprises,
Yes,
or
yeah, but that's how they would fight, was through legal and money and taking over things like that, which was crazy.
And there's one episode where they've got a tower, and they
Yeah.
were gymnasts or whatever.
Yeah, they were.
And when the tower gets attacked, they start doing all this gymnastic bars coming down the sides. So
Crazy.
so creative, the creative minds, and the guys that were like the premier characters were all based on artists that created them.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
Former military guys that were artists.
So
You guys,
you're
if you've not watched the video, you can go out to MikeandJrod.com and check out the link tree.
And my guess is no one has watched that video that would see this.
I would say,
But if you are a G.I. Joe fan,
if you're a G.I. Joe person, it's a great,
It's interesting.
it's a hilarious video.
it'll sum up 50 years of G.I. Joe in 24 minutes.
24 minutes. Yep.
And stuff you're like, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
It was interesting. I'll say that was one of the more interesting videos you've sent me.
Did you actually watch it? You did actually
No, I
watch
did.
this
I
one,
got
so-
to about 20 minutes. I still will finish it, but I got almost all of it in.
So it's about as long as one G.I. Joe episode.
Yeah. How would I know
With
about
commercials.
the twins being? I learned that in that. And that
Oh,
was
you did?
further-
I
yeah.
thought you already knew that from
No,
the show.
I learned it from your video, and that was further into the
Wow,
video.
That was deep into the video.
Yeah. See, I watch stuff you send me.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep. That's
how you like
classic.
them apples?
I like them. They're crisp.
Crisp apples.
So getting towards, I see that, Nancy was watching. I hope she's still watching. She watches the Nate Land podcast.
Oh yeah, the Nate Land podcast.
She's
Everybody
a fan
loves the
of-
Nate Land podcast.
she's a fan of that. So kind of want to segue.
Our imaginary audience likes the Nate Land
they
podcast.
are. That's awesome. So I hope she's watching. So she'd be interested in next week.
For those that don't know, if you've been watching the show or not watching the show, Michael and Nate went to Chicago
Oh, we
together.
don't have to get into all that.
Well, but I mean, we did an episode on it, so I wanted to point
Did we?
out. We talked about it in one of the episodes.
I think, I guess we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So if you want to get the background on that, you got to check out one of our other episodes.
Golly, do you remember which one? And I'll talk. And probably we'll
Well,
talk.
we
a little
didn't number
more.
a lot of the first ones. We really need to
I
go
went
back,
back and
probably-
numbered.
Did you number all?
But
of
I
them?
didn't. I can't remember exactly what. I'll have to get a brief of what we talked about.
Maybe we could stick a
in each
link
one.
on the saved one. I don't know.
But yeah, we moved to Chicago together. Of course.
And he's mentioned in Nate's new book.
Yes, and we'll May 6th. We may talk about that.
And
as
we'll talk
comes
about that
out.
in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for that to come out. That's
But anyway,
exciting.
this all circles back to
Yes.
our special guest.
So, obviously people know Nate is killing it right now, big time. And so our guest for next week, it's history. We're having our first in-studio guest.
Hopefully we don't blow it up too bad.
No. So I'm excited for it. I think Jared's excited. I talked to the guy that's coming on. His name is Eric Miller, and he is actually Nate's trainer and tour barber. So he goes on tour with him and has been, I don't know how many years now. I want to say at least 3, but that'll be a question we can get exactly. But he lives in the area, Middle Tennessee area.
So does he go everywhere Nate goes? Is that whenever Nate travels, or is it just he books him every so often?
No, he does. Now, I'll say, because I think Nate is overseas right now, the tour's starting, but he's starting overseas, and he's
He's here, so that
here,
obviously
so he's not with him on the overseas stuff, and I don't know. We can maybe ask, reasons for that. I'd say.
And how often do you need a haircut?
Yeah, well, I bet he gets one once a week. But when his tour comes back, he'll be out on tour. So I like to get him in now, because I bet in May,
we won't be able to get him.
May for the rest of the year, Eric wouldn't be able to come in.
We're excited about having him.
He's on the road with him. Yeah, he goes on the road, and he's also. Nate likes to try to stay a little bit in shape, or he talks about how he's always out of shape. But Eric Miller is a personal trainer, and I've even talked to him when I see him hanging out and stuff, and ask him stuff about eating right and, and all that. He knows a lot. He knows a lot of that. And then he's cut my hair a couple times as well. But
He knows not to eat the Krispy Kreme donuts. That's what he knows.
oh yeah, and we can ask him about that stuff. So, yeah, he's a second generation hairdresser from here in the Nashville area. He has his own barber company. It's called the Nashville Barber Club. He's a celebrity barber and trainer. He's traveled the world giving haircuts to an array of clients, including me, which I'm probably not that exciting to give a haircut to.
We're going to do haircuts live?
I don't know. I just got mine, though. I just got it cut.
Not too bad for you.
Yeah. But he's got some great stories to tell. He's also a house call barber, so that Nashville, and he'll tell you more about that. The Nashville Barber Club, he'll come to you. And pretty sure he brings a barber chair and everything, and it's set up, but he can explain a little more what he does. But I think he's going to have some great stories, and excited to have him on the show. First guest. That's cool.
Very excited to have him.
So,
Very
yeah.
excited.
And I hope you guys are watching. Tune in next week. It's going to be great, especially if you're a Nate Bargatze fan. We'll get you a little closer.
Taste.
Yeah, right. Some behind the scenes stuff, maybe.
Well, next Thursday will be regular
Yeah,
bat
and
channel,
it'll be
regular
next
bat time,
Thursday.
right?
That's right. 7 o'clock next Thursday. And I think we get more people watch on Thursdays. They know that's when we are. And
Yeah,
Friday
they're
nights
used
are
to it.
busy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got a lot of stuff going on. We appreciate everybody who joins us every time. So
Yeah. So tune in next week. Is that a wrap on this?
maybe
G.I. Joe. Watch that video, and if you're a fan,
I
that'll
think
be
for
our
our
older
going
fan.
out, we'll just go
Yeah.
out with a little bit of old school.
Old school G.I. Joe. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Next week again, Thursday, 7 o'clock. First guest. Our show's making history. I don't know what that show it'll be. Show 29?
29.
Oh, I'll have to look something up. Yeah. We're chugging along. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Oh, swag. Check it out if you like our hats.
Yeah, so Michael's wearing the beanie, and then Mike got me one of the ball caps. There's actually apparently 3 different types of ball caps. So check them out.
Yeah.
Try them out. You don't like them? Too bad.
Don't get it.
Don't get it. We've also got our awesome little coffee mugs.
Yep.
Cheers.
Are we over there?
Cheers. Cheers. Oh, you're leaving me hanging. You leave me hanging.
Thank y'all for watching.
This has been another Scott Social Media production.
That's right. Have a good week. If you on a date, you would leave me here going, I don't know how to run this stuff. You would run out.
My secret crush on Ricky.
Yeah. I think so. I don't think you want to see a red flash. I might not.
Oh, they got it like a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Flash? Oh my gosh.
Dude, is that their mascot?
Dude, it's a monk. Their mascot, Red Flash, is a monk.
Can we use that?
Got to be
That's
kidding me.
the best.
This is the best mascot I think I've ever.
They would tell like the water boy, hey, you gotta go stand about 300 foot out there, and if it goes over your feet, if it lands past your feet,
It's a home
hand
run.
up as a home run. He's getting bored out there swatting flies. They're like, hey, what was that?
PBR versus Rolling Rock. You pick Rolling Rock, huh?
Yeah. So and some old men that mean a lot to me drank both of those. That's hard. I don't want to favor either one.
You get in trouble.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Good question. I'm gonna have to go with PBR because that's what Papa had in his refrigerator.
Yeah.
Multi-shelf PBR.
Yeah. I think Rolling Rock tastes better if I had to choose. Hey, here's what Georgia is. You're going down the street, you see this house just up in flames, and you're like, man, I think everybody in there is probably dead.